Napa know-how.
This month, get a 5-quart jug of Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil plus a Napa Platinum Oil Filter for $21.98. That's a pretty unbelievable deal. But trust us, it's totally real, but only for a limited time. So get Napa Full Synthetic and a Napa Platinum Oil Filter for $21.98 today. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 4/30/19.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy, Kev. Just giving you a quick disclaimer here before we start, letting you know that we are a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many true and real crimes and cases, we do like to throw in some dark humor and inappropriate jokes every now and then. Also, I just got done watching the Browns and Saints game. I fucking wish I was dead! And that didn't go too well. But anyways, we hope y'all have a wonderful weekend and hope you enjoy this episode. Also, for all the Patreon subscribers, just want to say thank you. You mean the world to us, and that's super cool and awesome. And we do have the Patreon shout-outs in this episode, but we recorded this on Thursday, so if you signed up after Thursday, you're not going to hear it, but it will be on next week's episode. So alrighty, everyone, be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman, and I'm out. Out like Josh Gordon. I'm not crying. I ain't crying. Next year.
Alright, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down, hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the BrothersCommon.Place tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the BrothersCommon.Place, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. But before we jump into today's topic, I want to introduce you to the guys who were not cool enough to join Lambda with the rest of those fucking nerds.
Holy shit, man. We weren't cool enough for that. What's up, guys? This is Tim, or as they called me when I was a boxer, No Money Gay Weather.
I think I just quit the podcast right now.
Oh, dude, I'm glad you laughed at that. I wasn't sure if you'd be okay with it.
What up, everyone? This is Spence. I'm the founder of a new company. We help you with all your lawnmower needs.
Oh, yes.
We decided we wanted to call the company AAA, but it turned out that was already taken. So this is Triple B. If you're unable to start your lawnmower, you should consider a Triple B subscription.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We will send one of our trained professionals out to start your lawnmower for you.
Yeah, and when Kevin's
They won't mow for you. They'll just start it for you.
And when Kevin's mom comes, it's a Triple D's. So
I was just going to say, yeah, AAA was taken by my wife's tits.
God. All right. It's definitely
fuck yeah.
probably your 6th or 7th favorite brother. It's definitely Uncle Rico.
Oh.
Uncle Rico fucking Bum Harris.
Oh, fuck yes, dude. Look how you just never say who you actually are. They already fucking know.
And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog, a.k.a.
You didn't think we'd make it this far?
No, it's actually going to be another Revenge of the Nerds joke, but I don't want to crack 2 in a row.
I should have.
That's it, just a Dirty Dog.
All right.
And today, we will be covering the unsolved murder of Ethel Dudley. And unfortunately, this is the only Dudley I know that didn't deserve to die.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
That's you, Bubba Ray, you fucking idiot. I'm just joking.
Holy shit, dude. I was just thinking of
He's
Harry
not
Potter.
dead, right?
No, he's not. I was thinking of Harry Potter.
Cool. Alrighty, today we are going back in time to the 1920s, the time of flappers, bootleggers, and gangsters. We brothers are bringing you the unsolved murder case of Ethel Dudley, a murder mystery case that will be taking us all the way around the world to our current residence of Mansfield, Ohio.
Oh, shit.
So that's right, the brothers' Homeville. And a little fun note here, according to the website news.com, and from an article in 2017, Mansfield is in the top 10 cities with growing crime rate. So that is
that's something to be proud of right there.
That's why I moved back. I needed to put an end to that. So
Yeah.
But all right, before we go any further, Spence, do you want to hit us with the subreddit of the week?
Do you wander the streets at night like Kick-Ass?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Oh yeah. Today's subreddit of the week. That doesn't make sense. This week's subreddit of the week is R steak.
Oh shit! I'm already.
Have you
excited.
ever wanted to cook the perfect steak?
Yes.
Do you want how-to guides? Do you want to see other people's glorious pictures of perfectly grilled sirloins and ribeyes?
I might be done with the rest of this episode, guys.
Then visit R steak on Reddit.
Fuck yes, dude.
That sounds fucking good.
That might be my favorite one so far.
That's just a new podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done.
The steak Commonplace.
Oh, yes.
The Brothers Steak.
The Brothers Common Steak.
The Brothers Common Steak.
I love all these
Medium rare.
steaks. That's the only way to eat it.
And before we jump into our honorary brother, I do want to give a special thank you to everyone that has signed up for our Patreon. It's been up for a week now. And I believe it's the 1st of October is when we're going to be sending out the stickers and everything like that. But yeah, thank you to everyone that has signed up for that. And we will be giving a shout out at the end of this episode to the $5 subscribers. So listen for that.
Absolutely.
And alrighty, here we go. Our honorary sister of the week.
Ooh.
And sorry, I still don't fully have my voice back, so that's why I keep sounding weird. But alrighty, honorary sister of the week, Kiki 22016.
I'm already happy with just that.
Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you for making this awesome podcast. I love your mixture of humor and horror. Your constant goofing around makes it easier to digest this grisly content. You can tell that you put extra thought into breaking down the stories in a way that makes it easy to follow along. I really appreciate all of the effort that must take, on top of doing research and physically making the podcast. I listen to your show while I'm doing solo activities like hiking or driving, and it makes me feel like I'm hanging out with friends. Keep doing what you do.
Nice.
Yeah, that was super cool.
So I
That
like
was-
the end talking about makes her feel like she's hanging out with friends. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's like what we're going for. So that was super cool and super nice. And if you want to be an honorary brother or sister, all you have to do is leave us an iTunes review, a 5-star iTunes review, and we will be reading those in order and giving you a shout out, making you the honorary brother. And yeah, special thanks to everyone that's already left us. We got a lot of ratings and reviews now, so that's been super awesome. Keep that up, and thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a real long, hard process of making up all these fake email addresses over the last year. I just wanted you to know that it's been real fun for
All right.
doing this.
Hey, do you send all them the 9/11 conspiracy videos like you do me?
I did, actually. The newest one was doing the Patreon, so all that's from me. Just
Oh.
throwing that out there.
Oh, okay.
It took a long time to make all those emails. I had to go to like 3 different banks to get
Shit.
debit cards.
Thanks, Andrew. That really means a lot to
we
us, dude.
appreciate
If you
that,
aren't
man.
paying
We
for your
really-
email, you're not doing it right.
Hells yeah.
So before we talk about the murder of Ethel Dudley, we're going to talk a little bit about Mansfield, Ohio,
Mancy.
because we have some pretty fun information for you guys and gals. During the 1950s and 1970s, Mansfield was home to the infamous film organization known as the Highway Safety Foundation. They were a group that created films to scare new drivers by showing film of fatal automobile accidents in the Mansfield area. Pretty much like Red Asphalt and shit like that.
Yeah.
Mansfield had a company that made a bunch of those.
Wow.
Many wonderful films belong to this foundation. Films with names such as Signal 30, Mechanized Death, Wheels of Tragedy, and also my personal favorite, The Child Molester.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, and I watched part of it. I found that video.
Wait, what does that have to do with like car
That
accidents?
doesn't have to do anything with car accidents. We'll talk. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Holy fucking shit.
And after digging deep with my research on some of those titles, I do believe that the FBI are probably after me.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But I did find part, like all those movies are on YouTube, and I did watch part of The Child Molester, and hopefully no one just snips that part of me saying
Yeah,
that and
let's say-
puts it together
Yeah.
and sends it to my mom. But yeah, so The Child Molester, it's about this video,
Sounds like a challenge.
pretty much like about the safety of not talking to strangers and shit like that, and they do like reenactment of a
Jesus
case.
Yeah.
And the video ends by showing two dead girls at the end. It's like, and this is the actual footage of those two girls that died. So there's just like, it shows two dead kids at the end that were like molested and murdered. So like, why the fuck do you got to show that?
Thanks for warning me that was coming.
But like all the YouTube comments are people that were like, yeah, they made us watch this when I was younger, and I still can't get that image out of my head.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Nobody wants to watch that shit.
And lastly, this Highway Safety Foundation in 1962 would lend their cameras and film equipment to the Mansfield Police Department so that they could go around and film gay men having sex and blowing each other in restrooms so that they could get these men thrown in jail. So yeah, take that.
That's how they got us, Andrew.
Yeah.
We finally figured it out. Yeah, we finally figured it out.
I was like, what the hell is this giant black thing in the corner of the room?
I thought you were talking about my wiener.
What the fuck, Andrew?
I was talking about the camera. You fucking naughty dog. You naughty dog, you.
Oh, is that something Mansfield's like known for?
Yeah, I guess. I
I mean,
mean, I looked it up, and there's a lot of shit about it.
That or Shawshank Redemption is probably the only things we have.
I was going to say, and also this footage was turned into a film by the name of Camera Surveillance. I haven't watched that one, but I'm sure my dad probably has a copy of it somewhere. I guess all the people that started it got a copy of it.
Well, I don't know where the fuck my copy is.
And then also...
We know where your dad's copy is.
Copy, my dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also Shawshank Redemption. We mention that like every episode.
I still don't know what that is.
That's all right, man.
It's a very good stage play.
But alrighty, that's enough fun Mansfield facts. Maybe on a Patreon bonus episode, I'll tell the story about how a Mansfield rapper made a diss track about me and Toof and like JP. But yeah, this Mansfield rapper, he's like 30 years old, okay? And we're all like 20-year-old kids. We'll tell the full story on that. But it comes down to they made a diss track, and in it they're like, fuck Toof, fuck Kevin.
Oh my God.
And that rap feud came to an end when Toof sent that guy Photoshop pictures of his son. And then that rapper threatened to sue him.
Oh, fuck.
So that's how that story ends.
Hell yeah.
But what a bitch, dude. He starts like a rap feud. And then, Toof, he doesn't have any Photoshop skills. He does it on Paint. And he just found a picture of that guy's son on Facebook. No, it was MySpace, I think.
Oh, my God.
And then just sent him Photoshops of him. And he's like, if you don't fucking take those down, I'm suing you.
Oh, my God.
So you know what? In the end, I think we won that rap feud.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
And you didn't even have to lay down a single note.
No, that's right. But yeah, there's more to it. Like, oh, it's so stupid.
I still want to know this. I'm going to have to donate to the Patreon again to figure this out.
Or you could just, be on the episode.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Or I could do both.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, alrighty, on to the case. And special thanks to Angelica and also Jason Schlechte. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. He is a local historian and librarian in Mansfield. And all this information comes from newspapers and articles from the Richland County Library.
Wow.
So thank you, Jason.
I was just going to say I didn't really care for Angelica as a child, but...
From Rugrats.
Yeah, just Rugrats, yeah.
But I am choosing to picture Jason as Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I hope that's what he looks like.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. That was a cool dude.
And also check out his site at theshermanroom.wordpress.com. They also have a copy of this article on there.
Was he a sex robot since sent back in time to
Terminator?
change the future for one lucky
Jesus,
lady.
Sherman, put your shirt on. You're scaring all the chicks. Oh no, it's the other dude, isn't it?
It was Jim.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anyways, November 8th, 1919. Just after turning 18 years old, Ethel Dudley had moved from her hometown of Princeton, West Virginia, and right on over to, quote, the fun center of Ohio, Mansfield.
Oh, shit.
Which I saw that on the Wikipedia, which I know isn't the best source. But how can you call that the fun center of Ohio?
It had to have been like one person that put that on there.
We have a prison and that shitty Bible walk.
It was one person that probably was on heroin at the time that put that on there.
Well, that narrows it down to like 90%
everybody.
of the people here.
It really does.
In this room. The Ethel, she had come here to live with her brother John and his wife Anna. John was a conductor for the B&O Railroad and was well on his way to owning Short Line Railroad, which would then mean that he would have two total railroads for John, thus earning him $50 anytime a player landed on either of his railroads.
I knew that had been coming, dude.
And then after that, only reading in Pennsylvania. You know what's dumb is I could have used Pennsylvania for the joke because there is Pennsylvania Railroad in the story, but
Yeah, no.
like I'm not going to use short line.
It can't. Yeah, you had to.
Like I'm not going to use a railroad that references all of our dicks.
Or all of Luke Skywalker's dialogue in The Force Awakens.
Holy shit, dude. Holy crap.
What does he do? Doesn't he just turn to her and say like, "You're ready"?
He doesn't even say a word. In
Oh,
that
he doesn't.
one.
Okay, he just takes his hood down then.
Yeah.
Okay. February 3rd, 1920, Ethel had only been living in the city for 3 months, and she was employed at the Perfect Rubber Company, working the late shift.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
And that was a manufacturer of toy balloons. I tried so hard to think of a condoms joke, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I was like thinking that like as you were talking, I didn't come up with one. Yeah.
No. And Ethel, she left work around 10 p.m. that night and then headed toward her home on Daisy Street. Usually, she didn't leave work alone. She would most times have company with her. However, on this night, unbeknownst to her family, she would be making the trek home alone.
All right, I got one. What was it, the Perfect Rubber Company?
Yes.
If only the parents of the people who started that driving school videos company had used rubbers,
Hell
the world
pretty good.
wouldn't have to endure that.
That's
I like
true.
that.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Here's a quote. It was her custom to walk from the factory on 5th Street to the Pennsylvania Railroad and then follow the path along the railroad to the Union Station.
But she's walking the fucking railroad tracks?
From there, she would follow the Erie tracks to Main Street and then north to Orchard and on to Daisy Street.
What are you doing, Ethel? They're called the Erie tracks, man.
They're so fucking
Jeez,
scary,
about to say,
dude.
there has to be a different way. Like
There's
where it's
gotta
like,
be.
like they can't there be like the happy tracks or something. These are called the Erie tracks. Get out of there.
There has to be a way. There has to be another law-abiding way. You know what I'm talking
I don't, but I love it.
I forget. It was later learned, though, that Ethel did indeed walk with a couple of people for a little bit. She initially had left the Perfect Rubber Company with 2 other female workers, and then, like the end of Stand By Me, one by one they vanished. Or they just made their way down a different street.
That probably is what happened.
I mean, I know that's not funny, that Stand By Me, because it's like, he went off. He got drafted and shot in the head and died, or whatever they say. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But the one kid gets like stabbed by trying to protect someone.
Yeah.
But when Family Guy is making fun of it,
so
remember?
fucking
And
good.
by the way, those aren't my kids, and we're not wrestling.
It was so fucking funny.
So one of the coworkers broke away once they reached Main Street, leaving just Ethel and her other coworker. And then the coworker, being the last person to see Ethel that night, would leave and head down a different road once they came to the corner of 6th and Main.
I was gonna say this earlier, but because this is in what, like 1919.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say it's definitely not like Mansfield now, because her name would be Methel.
Okay.
I thought about saying that earlier. I was like, this is
I'll
even
take
funny.
that. And in regards to Ethel walking around at night, she was only in the city for a couple months and didn't think too much about her own safety yet. But also, her brother John stated that Ethel was fearless and naive to the dangers of the city at night.
That's like the dangers of when you forget to leave the light on in the hallway and you're trying to walk to the bathroom and you just hit every fucking thing on the way to the bathroom. That's the dangers of the night.
Like Legos on the floor.
Her brother John woke up around 2 a.m. that night and noticed that Ethel wasn't home yet. Fearing that something was wrong because this was out of the ordinary, he woke his wife and the two began to search.
Nah, that's scary.
And what happened next, we aren't sure, but it would be the following morning when the body of Ethel Dudley would be found.
Jeez.
Her ravished body was found around 8:30 in the morning after an all-night search by relatives and police in a passageway between buildings of the Altman and Taylor Machinery Company west of Main Street. Nick Moesa, a laborer at the Altman and Taylor Company, would be the first to discover her body. And as we mentioned earlier, it was at 8:30 the next morning, and that would be on February 4th, 1920. He was going through the passageway through a building that was once a big boiler shop, but was at the time a warehouse and now a paint shop.
There's a Freddy Krueger joke in there.
I was waiting for
Yeah,
something.
there's
dude.
definitely one in there.
There's-
I don't have it, but it's in there.
There's a Freddy Krueger joke and make it full Boilermakers.
Oh my God! Wait, yeah, definitely there too.
So Nick, he's going through the area, and then at the back of the building, next to piles of bricks and tiling, he saw the body of a young woman. And the evidence, unfortunately, would point to a struggle and brutal murder.
Seabass kicked that ass.
Seabass, you son of a bitch. If that man in the corner over there is Seabass, it always cracks me up that he's like, here, put these on there too. Like fucking,
He grabbed shit.
what is it, like Slim Jims and like a newspaper or something?
Yeah, it was like a couple of newspapers.
Hey, Harry, I got some beef jerky. Some people just aren't meant for life on the
He
road.
fucking throws
Yeah.
that shit at him.
How he fucking drove that like entire time. So this poor girl, she had her hands tied up behind her back, and a piece of her corset was used to tie around her neck, and the coroner would confirm that the cause of her death was strangulation. I didn't see anything. I don't know if there was any like sexual assault or anything like that.
No.
I hope not.
Yeah,
But
hopefully not.
this
for
is
sure.
just, she's like pretty much like hog tied, it sounds like.
Like, hopefully the guy that did it like was walking home and he got raped.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but like not her.
By like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Just one of his fingers would suck.
Oh yeah.
Like
Like-
getting fingered by Andre the Giant would hurt so much.
Oh yeah. Like hopefully Andre like two fingered this fucker.
Like
Ugh.
after he hit his finger with a hammer. Swollen up.
And like you're like okay with it, but you're like, motherfucker, I can't get that shit in. Get the ice pack out.
Get the tongs.
Oh fuck yeah.
And the police, they unfortunately had no idea who could have done this. Ethel, she hadn't been in the area for very long, but this did occur in a popular area in regards to crime.
Hmm.
Andrew, did you just rip a little stinker?
I did. I'm trying not to.
I actually thought it was Spence.
Spencer doesn't do those things.
It's cool. Andrew always had that gift. Like he could, like how people can throw their voices. Like he can
those
do that
farts.
with farts. Like one time he was sitting next to me, he farted and he made it sound like it came out of Tim's bedroom, which is like 200 feet down there. That's not.
It's
really
like a
200 feet.
ventrillofart.
Yeah. That's a power in the South Park games, which is really funny.
That's one of my two booty abilities. You have that, then I can commit fecal forgery at will.
That's always funny. Yeah.
The turd merger.
And people started talking and rumors began flying. Everyone had their own theories, even though nobody really knew or had any idea at all. So this made the investigation incredibly difficult for the police. And with no leads or any real starting point, they offered up a $1,000 reward the following day for any information that will lead to the capture of the person or the people responsible.
I was gonna say, like, at the time, just from like our old episodes, what we've kind of like seen the police work been like, they probably let people use her as like a doormat to just walk all over her. Like, is that evidence? Yeah, go ahead and step all over that. That's fine.
Like, you know, they're like, it's February, the roads are slippery. My truck bed, I could really use some weight.
Throw her in there.
Throw her in there.
Yeah, we don't need those. We don't need that. Get rid of it.
So we're kind of short. We need a third baseman.
Oh, it should be better than Travis Fryman. He wasn't even that bad. That's just Andy's third baseman from the 90s. He wasn't even that bad. Like, he really wasn't that bad.
And that $1,000 would be $11,000 today.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And the nature of the crime really piqued everyone's interest in the entire community. And city and county officials, they're all doing everything they could to solve this case because they really want to punish whoever it was that was responsible for it. And the community, they contributed and gathered money. So now the $1,000 reward was up to $2,000.
Damn.
So that's actually a lot for that. That's $22,000 today.
I'll take it.
And I guess they ended up spending all that money on fireworks.
All right.
They're like, whenever we find out who did it, we're going to celebrate with fireworks.
And they just bought one snake.
Those things suck, dude.
Yeah.
They just fucking turn into like a cat turd.
Yeah, nobody fucking wants those.
Snakes and sparklers
Those
are the only
ones
ones I
that
like.
Yeah, only fucking Kicking Wing likes that shit.
I like the little parachute guys. You see those?
No, I've seen those.
It's like a little rocket thing. You send up this rocket and it pops up in a little parachute and comes back down.
Oh, that's pretty
Oh, that'd
fucking
be
cool.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
We didn't really have fireworks growing up. My dad, he he would just blow cigarette smoke into a Ziploc bag, and then he would just step on it. And he said, you know, Kevin, if you're good, we'll do this again next year.
Holy shit, dude.
He lied.
You apparently weren't good next year.
And the police tried to first get in contact with officials in Princeton, West Virginia, since that was Ethel's hometown and where she just moved from.
Yeah.
And there were rumors that she had a jealous ex-boyfriend, so the police wanted to get to the bottom of that.
Oh,
So she was an immigrant.
So, yeah, the police wanted to get to the bottom of that, and I guess the jealous ex-boyfriend was really cute, so they really wanted to get to the bottom of that.
Oh, fuck. So it was fucking Andrew.
Andrew.
I'm glad they finally did get to the bottom of something.
Oh, shit,
Damn.
Andrew.
You're snarky today.
Dude, you're a
I
fucking...
know I've been a bad, mean, naughty little piece of ham sausage.
So they reached out to him, or at least they tried to. The West Virginia officials were slow to respond, so nothing ever came from this lead. So like they didn't even like try to work with them or try to help. They were just
like, nah.
Like we really can't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We,
We hear that in about like 60, 70 years. There's going to be a great show called Roseanne coming out, so we got to mentally prepare for that.
we're waiting on that. We bought some donut holes. We're just going to sit in here in front of... Did they even have a fucking TV back then? We're sitting here in front of this rock.
I like how we're
20s.
between all four of us, the only possessions we can come up with in the 1920s is donut holes and a rock. A pet rock. When did pet rock come out?
I would imagine around that time.
Yeah.
I would hope.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what were they doing all day?
Man, I don't fucking know.
They had these little like
CD players.
no, not quite, almost as good. They had like a little. It was like all these different forms, like a flip book, but like they had like a one that's like a drum that you spin and you look in the little hole. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I think some of that crap. One of those things was actually called a Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
That's where
yeah.
That's where the TV channel got named.
Because Leonardo DiCaprio talks about it in Titanic. He says, I saw that in a Nickelodeon once.
There you go.
And he definitely was not talking about the
Yeah.
channel.
I mean, do you
I
know
never-
that though? Do you know that for sure? That he wasn't talking about like Nick at Night?
Well, it was in 1912.
Yeah.
I mean,
know.
not that Leonardo DiCaprio's character
But
was...
it's
know.
based on a true story.
This is very
It doesn't mean
Yeah. He may have watched it while waiting for Snick to come on.
Titanic. You know what though? I was gonna say the movie sucks.
That's like one of my favorite
I
movies.
I mean, I like it a lot, but it's like it didn't need to be so long. Like
No.
you know what we wanted to see: them fine ass titties and that guy hit the fucking pipe and
Yeah.
spin
Oh,
around.
dude. Yeah, that's the part I rewound
Dude,
like 800 times.
You know what? I'm not even joking. If you watch it slow enough, when the boat breaks and the guy falls, hits the pipe, and starts doing those like cartwheels, James Cameron is in the background and he holds up a piece of paper that says 10 on it.
Damn.
And he does the same thing whenever Jack is drawing Rose, he pops out behind the couch, but he's holding that paper and just holding it up with his dick. For real, I think those are the first titties I ever saw.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was back in 4th grade when that came out. Yeah.
Back then, I had to draw my own.
But because of I was trying to make a joke about how back then his drawings were just 8-bit titties, but there's no way to make that funny. So the police, they did find a possible clue. It was February and in Ohio, so there was snow on the ground.
Absolutely.
And the police,
Wait, no, that's when it gets warm, dude.
according to Tube,
Yeah.
It's mid-February. It's
getting
warming up.
It's getting warm. It's
like, well,
it's
Tube.
97 outside.
No, it's not, dude. So
Coldest month of the year.
It really is.
So the police, they found tracks that led them to believe that Ethel had tried to run away from and escape whomever was after her. And the spot where her body was found, they believe that was actually the spot she ran to and was trying to hide there.
Ew, that's sad.
But unfortunately, that didn't lead them any closer to finding out the identity of the criminal. Yeah, it's just super fucking sad. She was only there for 3 months. She just turned 18.
Yeah.
And most witnesses and people that came forward with rumors, they didn't actually amount to much. Sadly, there were only a few credible people that came forward. One credible witness was a woman and her son. They stated that they saw a man around 9:30 the night of the murder, and the man was standing behind the gate where Ethel's body would later be found. Another witness, a man, he mansplained what he saw. Just joking, that's not funny. He said that he saw a woman that matched Ethel's description.
Wait, he presumed what her identity was?
Oh my God, how dare you?
And she was meeting a man around 10:30 p.m. on North Main Street, and both of them were walking north. So he claims he saw a woman that matched her description with a man at around 10:30 p.m.
And that's not around the time when she was walking with one of her coworkers?
No. Well, it possibly could have been, actually. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because she got off work at 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said that she did walk with coworkers at one point.
Yeah. So it's a good chance that maybe she was just with like a manly woman, like a butch woman. You know what? It's fucking weird. Sarah Jessica Parker is the hot witch in Hocus
In that
Pocus.
movie, well, yeah, but I mean, like, look at
That was her peak. Like,
Yeah,
she peaked.
yeah.
That sucks if your peak is Hocus Pocus.
I mean, also hot isn't even the word to that. Like, look who you have to work with.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, it's like saying that you're hot when you're in the room with the Trunchbull.
Right. I was
Like,
thinking
that's
of
like
the
the exact
Trunchbull.
way to say, yeah.
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 I mean, but she turned out all right. Didn't she marry Matthew Broderick? So
She
she's
did.
good.
yeah,
she
she
did.
married a murderer.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
she married somebody that's hit somebody and killed him with his car, and she's Sarah Jessica Parker.
He's a really
so.
good actor.
That guy sucks, though. I don't like him.
I like him in one movie.
Which one? Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, it's always gonna be Ferris Bueller.
I didn't know if you were like a big fan of Inspector Gadget.
Oh,
Holy
I love
shit,
the
man.
first one. So good. And the
Lion King.
Godzilla.
he's in Lion King.
Yeah,
that's
but I don't
true.
like adult Simba though.
Yeah. All he does is fucking
He's a big
fight.
pussy.
He is. So this led the police to questioning many of the local men, including 2 boys that Ethel knew and was said to hang out with. However, this also led them to nothing, and no new information was discovered, and nobody would end up getting charged for this murder.
Jeez.
And after this murder, there were some other reports from a woman about a man that was following her or stalking her. And there were some other women that were like, yeah, I think there's a strange guy who's been following me or who's been watching me when I'm like outside at night.
Yeah.
And on February 16th, almost 2 weeks later, a Mrs. W.C. Lane
WC. Mrs. WC. Fuck yeah.
reported that a man had been following her sister, Miss Mabel Steiner, and the man had followed her home and then grabbed her arm.
No, ain't nobody fucking with the Steiners.
No,
dude.
Steiner
Yeah,
brothers,
they got
Steiner
brothers.
sisters,
Yeah.
W.C., Lenny Lane.
Yeah.
You don't mess with this.
They got brothers in the Steiner family. You ain't fucking around.
So Miss Mabel, she then broke free. Obviously, a fucking Steiner. You're not going to hold on to a Steiner, a genetic freak.
Oh, yeah. You're fucking getting put in the Steiner recliner easily.
So she broke free. Dude, okay, real quick. There's this kid in my school named Denny. This is so mean. And he was like 100 pounds. You know who he is. But he was dating this big girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with big girls at all.
Yeah.
But he was dating this girl who was probably like 2.5 times his weight.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And we said that whenever they had sex, that she put him in the Steiner recliner.
So it's just pretty much DJ Qualls and the new guy with that one chick.
It's her underwear, dude. She gave them to me.
Hey, did you say the word boinked?
Holy shit, what'd you skin a cheetah? When he pulls out her underwear.
Well, at least Denny went on to start a nice chain of restaurants.
And also in the room.
That's right. So Miss Mabel Steiner, she broke free, but the man grabbed her arm again. However, she ran all the way home, broke free, and was just yelling at the top of her lungs, just screaming all the way down the street. And then her mother, she heard her yelling, opened the door and came out, and then the man ran off.
Wow.
So what a fucking weirdo.
That was when her brother Scott was off getting his math degree.
Oh my God. If you want to watch a funny video, just go on YouTube
yes.
and look up Scott Steiner math.
It's one of the best things you'll ever see.
I know I told this story before, but I got to tell it again because we're talking about Scott Steiner. But there's one video where this wrestler's talking about how after like they were practicing and working out and stuff, he was like, hey, Scotty, where are you going to take me out for lunch? And before he even finished asking the question, he's like, Cracker Barrel.
He already knew. Like, that was the plan.
Cracker Barrel. And like he drove down the wrong way in a one-way street.
Imagine if they sponsored him and that was his way of like advertising.
And there's like a lot of racist comments by him. Like he is, there's one, I forget who he's going against, but he's like, there's two things against you. One, you're not big enough or strong enough. And two, you're from that place I like to call Mexico North, Canada. No offense to all the Mexicans out there.
Yeah.
He just yells
Dude,
that.
he's so bad.
So I was going to do like a parody song of Miss Murder about Miss Mabel, but I'm just really not feeling it. My voice isn't holding up.
It's all right.
It sucked anyways. Yeah, it's really bad. So.
I was reading it. I liked it.
No, dude.
Back up to that.
No.
I want to read that shit.
It was just something about Miss Mabel, can I?
Oh,
And then it's about like forcing her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad. And then another woman, Miss Bonetta Sherman, claimed the same man had followed her and tried the same. And on February 22nd, 1920, a woman... Now, before I say her name, remember that she was a victim. So if there is any laughing right now, it's not directed at anything that's happened. It's just based on her name.
Who's going to be laughing?
But her name is Mrs. Elizabeth Titschinger.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
This isn't right.
Yeah. It's Titschinger. Titschinger. I don't know. That's how it's spelled.
So I'm guessing they were small tits.
Liz Titswinger, I don't know. Tits.
Swinger.
It's the word tits, then ching, then It ends in a hard R.
Titschinger.
Just like, never mind.
Titschinger?
Titschinger. So this poor woman, she was assaulted and left unconscious in the back of a lot at 262 East 4th Street. When she woke up, she ran and made it to the home of a William Sauter.
It hasn't gotten any better at that spot.
No, I was going to say, it's weird hearing all the locations you know. And so she ran and went to the home of William Sauter, and as soon as she made it inside, she fell unconscious again. And when she awoke, the police, they were there, and she told them all about what had happened. She first stated that she was on her way home from a fortune teller, which...
That's not a
Hold
good start.
up. Fuck this fortune teller. Like, you couldn't
I
have
think
given her a heads up.
Hey, you're going to be raped.
Yeah.
Like
no
that's
warning?
That's not a good start.
Jesus Christ. Give her a fucking... We know it wasn't Miss Cleo.
Yeah, no, fuck no. She'd have
But
told her.
$3.99. Do you ever watch like the old commercials where she's like sitting there smoking? She's like, what's your boyfriend's name? She's like, oh, it's Steven, but he's been acting weird. He's cheating on your ass. She never said that. And that was just me doing a racist black woman joke, so I apologize. That was just a voice. That was dumb.
No apology needed, man.
But yeah, fuck that fortune teller. Like, give her a heads up next time.
Yeah.
And next...
You didn't say what happened to that girl at the end.
Yeah, we're...
What's her name?
Elizabeth Titchwinger.
So she eventually met a man. He wasn't famous yet, but like he was gonna become famous. So he ends up being a host for a pretty popular show in the 90s. So she changed her last name to Tit Springer. I'm sorry, dude. Holy shit, man.
She kept part of her last name.
She kept the only important part of the last name. Who would not keep the tits?
And she stated that a, quote, foreigner between the age of 30 and 40 had grabbed her and put a gun to her head and then led her to the lot on East 4th. And this was then where she was assaulted. And I didn't see the details, but she was probably sexually assaulted, I'm guessing.
Thanks a lot,
Probably
fortune
Ethel,
teller.
that immigrant.
Ethel wouldn't have done that. This is like 2 months after Ethel was killed,
Well,
wasn't
the
it?
fucking fortune teller should have told her something, man. That I'm still
Yeah.
getting back on that.
Yeah, that fortune teller's a bitch. Hopefully she lost that job. I don't know how, but-
Jesus Christ.
You're fired. Let's see where
No,
we're
you don't ever wish that on a fortune teller because then you get some of that fucking thinner shit going on. You don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do. I mean, like half of it though, like not too much.
So Elizabeth Titschinger, she was positive that she would be able to identify the man if she saw him again. So the police questioned and brought in many men, But once again, unfortunately, none of these men were the attacker.
How do they know? Because she couldn't identify them?
Well, she said she was positive she could identify them, but she didn't recognize any of them.
Bullshit.
And roughly a month later in Bucyrus, a man by the name Tony Miller, he was arrested after the attempted assault of a 6-year-old girl.
Oh, you sick bastard. Jesus.
Mansfield police, as well as Elizabeth Titschinger, were notified and headed over to Bucyrus to see if this was the same man.
I like to imagine that they have a signal in the sky, like for Batman, but for Elizabeth Titschinger.
It's just a pair of tits.
It's just tits.
They got, and whenever they were making the signal, they got the name wrong. So whenever they do the signal in the sky, just a pair of tits and an Asian guy. That's not funny. I'm so sorry.
Just a pair of tits.
That was my small
teeth.
tits joke from earlier.
Oh my God, Spence, no.
So good.
And so the Mansfield police and Elizabeth Titschinger, they head over to Bucyrus to see if they can finger this man. And I'm not sure what Tony Miller looked like, but they said that he didn't match the initial descriptions that Elizabeth had given the police, which was a foreigner aged 30 to 40. So I'm guessing he was like a white guy.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Miller's like one of the whitest names I've ever heard.
However, Elizabeth said that she was certain that this was indeed the same man that had attacked her.
Oh, shit.
But that wouldn't be enough, though. And on April 9th, Tony Miller was released on bond, protesting and stating that he was innocent. So even if he was innocent of that, which I don't know, I really don't think that was the guy who did the attack. If he's not a foreigner between the ages of 30 and 40, I don't think that was him. But he was still arrested for the assault of a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, so
it's like you're still...
You did something, you fucking idiot.
So nothing would come of this either, and the case once again grew cold for 5 years.
Jesus.
And then in 1925, a woman from Ashland County came forward.
Oh, shit.
Claiming that her estranged husband was the true killer of Ethel Dudley. This woman from Nankin, Ohio, in Ashland County, had been brought into the Ashland Infirmary on the day after Thanksgiving in 1924. She was suffering from injuries that were inflicted by her husband. The husband had actually left her in October, so I'm not sure if like he came back and like beat her up, or if she just had injuries from so long ago that she just never healed from, or what happened.
No.
But it sounds like she was pretty fucked up from this, and then finally went to the doctors. But it wasn't until January 1925 when she spoke to the Mansfield News and reported that she was convinced that it was her husband that had killed Ethel. She stated that her husband was employed at the Altman and Taylor Company in the woodworking department, which is the company building that Ethel's body was found. The woman also stated that on the night of the murder, her husband didn't come home until 4 a.m., and she said that her husband was acting nervous all morning, and when she asked him what was wrong, he told her that there was an awful murder that had been committed at the plant, and then he went into detail on how the body was found.
Oh, shit.
He then became even more nervous and followed up with, "Don't you tell anyone about this or I'll kill you. If this gets out on me, it will make it mighty bad for me."
If it's 1920 and he lived in Nankin, how the hell did he work in Mansfield?
Yeah, that's
a long ways to go.
That is a decent amount. I mean,
That is a long way by horse.
That's like, what, half-hour just drive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least. Yeah.
That's the fishiest part of the whole damn story
Yeah,
so far.
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
You fucking liar.
They didn't have teleport machines back then.
Yeah, we definitely have them now.
Catapults?
But those are just for the cats.
We'll find out later.
And his wife also stated that her husband was wearing a gray overcoat when he left for work that day. But when he came home, it was nowhere to be found.
Oh, shit.
She claimed that he had taken his coat and burned it in the furnace to erase any possible evidence. And after the murder of Ethel Dudley, her beatings and abuse became worse until her husband finally left her for good on October 20th. January 31st, 1925, the day after the wife talked to the Mansfield News and police, Floyd Stotts, the husband of the woman in the infirmary, was arrested for the assault and battery of Dora Mitchell. So it's like everything leads to something new. It's like a big chain.
Yeah.
Dora Mitchell, She was the wife of Nathaniel Mitchell, and they were farmers in Nankin, which is the same town that the husband and wife lived in. And the assault had happened on October 12th while he was working on their farm.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know why he beats his wife, and then he works on this farm and beats that guy's wife.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, just beating up wives. Beating
It's
wives.
just an
more than
old
beating a
wives'
dick.
tale.
And October 20th was a day that he had left Ohio and then headed to Michigan to get away. And Stotts, he was soon found in the town of Romeo, which I'm pretty sure they named after him after hearing just how
fuck
good
yeah,
of a
dude.
fucking dude. Just a great lover he
Sounds
is.
like a badass. They just came up there. We're for out there, Romeo.
And he was brought back to Ashland for questioning. After learning that he was employed at Altman and Taylor, where Ethel's murder had occurred, the police would next find out that Stotts had worked at that company up until the night of the murder.
Oh, shit.
So that's pretty fishy.
Yeah.
And also that night, Stotts had later sent a signed order to the paymaster for his pay. So it sounds like he was getting ready to plan for an escape.
Mm.
And whenever Stotts was questioned about the murder of Ethel or the events of that night, he would get agitated and claim that he didn't remember anything that had happened that night. And he even got so upset that he lunged at the chief of police, but he was forcibly, quote, quieted by the chief. So it sounds like they just beat the shit out of this guy, rightfully so.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
We stuck a slinky up his ass and dropped fruit down it.
Oh, that's what me and Andrew did as like a gang initiation, but it was just like only us in the gang.
It was for a gang that you guys haven't created yet, but you plan on in the future.
Yeah, we called ourselves the Fruit Clan.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's called Fruity Pooty Wanna Booty.
That's exactly what it was called.
Yeah, you incorporated the chickpeas with strawberries in it.
I did. / vanilla caramel latte espresso.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And Stotts, during questioning with his relatives, they found out he had a sister in Columbus, which there was a letter that was received by the Ashland Sheriff's Office, and it was addressed to Floyd Martin, which was the name that Stotts was living under in Michigan. And the letter stated, quote, I hear through an inmate of the Ashland County Infirmary that you are under suspicion for a hideous crime. It's up to you. But Stotts denied knowledge of it and said he didn't know who sent it. But yeah, I think his sister in Columbus said that they got that letter.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Which, if it was addressed to the name that he was living under in Michigan, only he would know that.
Yeah.
So it sounds
like he had been
yeah, just, I don't know.
Had like a pen pal or something.
And the Mansfield officials, they quickly found Stotts guilty of assault and battery of Dora Mitchell, but they were unable to get him for the murder of Ethel.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a bummer, but they said they couldn't place any credence in the story told by his wife, which really all they had on him was the wife of that.
Yeah, like what she said and stuff.
Or, yeah, it was the story of the wife.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was 5 years ago, and she's like, oh, he left with a gray sweatshirt and didn't have it on when he came back. He destroyed it, threw it to evidence. So maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I mean, she was getting the shit beat out of her by this guy.
Yeah.
So even if she did make it up to get rid of him, fucking hats off.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't be a fucking a wife be an asshole. Sounds like it probably was him, though.
Yeah, he would deserve whatever the hell he got in jail. Hopefully one of the wives in there beats his ass.
Absolutely. I agree.
That'd be awesome. They throw him in a cell with just all wives, and they just all beat the shit out of him.
They handcuff him and just like make him pull his fucking wiener out, and they just kick it.
And there was this foreign girl in there who just beat the shit out of him every way possible. Punches, kicks, just twists and slaps, and they referred to her as the Swiss Army wife. That's dumb. I'm sorry.
That was so good.
I liked it.
Great. And Tit Schwinger was in there.
Tit Schwinger.
Fuck yeah,
She knocked
was.
him out with those knockers.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's not even schwa, is it? It's sha.
It's Tits Chinger.
Tits Chinger.
So
I like Schwinger, though.
It's TitsChinger.
Yeah.
Tit
Shinger.
Touch and Mary Jerry.
Yeah. We're calling her Tit Swinger.
Tit Swinger. Rumspringer.
Wrong Springer.
And then later on in the 1950s, there was a woman that came forward, and she said that her and some of her relatives were walking past the Altman and Taylor building on Orchard Street the night of the murder, and it was during that time that a man had jumped out at them. And whenever they came back later on, she saw that the man was looking out of a door that was in the building, but she also said this man did end up being a worker there. He was a night watchman at the Altman and Taylor Company, but she claimed that a few days after the murder, this guy was killed when a utility pole snapped off by a runaway train, fell on him, and broke his neck.
Nice.
That's
yeah.
the most badass death.
Yeah.
If I ever come across a genie lamp, 3 wishes, 3 things are happening. 1, I'm having sex with April Margera. 2, I'm having sex with Phil Margera. And then 3, I'm going out like this fucking night watchman.
After all the sex acts, are you beating up Phil the whole time?
Fuck yeah, slapping his tummy. Holy shit, look at Phil's tummy. Yo, Phil's got to get up for work at 3. I got fucking dipshit Dunn coming over with a box of shit and some fireworks. Look at Phil's fat tummy.
No,
I fucking hate Bam Margera.
At least fucking Dunn made it that night.
You have fat ass Phil Margera, dumbass dipshit fucking Ryan Dunn.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
He's fucking dead.
So yeah, it's almost 100 years later since the murder of Ethel Dudley, and it still remains unsolved. And even though there's many rumors and theories, but there's just no new information, and it's just I don't see how this could ever get solved, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's almost 100 years ago now.
Yeah. Really probably won't.
So that poor girl, she was only over here for 3 months.
Yeah.
Just turned 18.
It's pretty self-explanatory what happened. I'm sick and tired of you always saying this. These cold cases are never solved.
No.
Because they're always just there's a person. We'll find that out later. There's always one person.
I don't want to wait till later. I want to know now, Andrew.
Yeah, let's
what
hear it.
happened?
Let's hear it.
All right. He's been busy since the last episode that I was on. He was a very busy beaver. You know, they always just mistake him for the shadows because it's always like dark outside. It's not his fucking fault. It's not his fault. He just appears. He's flying through the sky because those damn portals every fucking time they come, and he falls into it, and he goes, and he's gone, and he lands. They think he's trying to help. He didn't really, do the naughty stuff to her. He fell on her and crushed her. As he was getting up, he was trying to like put her back together because he completely crushed her and it didn't work out. So that's what happened there.
Then he just accidentally strangled her.
He landed on her and his arms like smashed together and they clapped. Oh man!
I mean, it wasn't.
He felt so badly about that. He got the fuck. He's like, bitch, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
So that's what happened?
Yeah, poor Rico Harris just cannot catch a fucking break in this time travel.
Where'd he go after that, though?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out the next time I'm on the podcast where he went.
It must have been
You
another
better.
portal.
I mean, I can see your eyes, and I can tell that
Yeah, he
you
knows
haven't
more.
gotten any rest,
Yeah.
man. You've been really researching.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, every time I check Wikipedia for fucking Rico Harris, there's another subgroup down there where he's been now. Motherfucker.
I like.
It's really crazy because it looks like that you've lost like a lot of weight, but your right arm has gotten like really buff.
And also, I noticed that you are very similar to the guy from Memento. I noticed all the writings and shit on your arms about Rico Harris out there about how he killed your wife. And
Are you really going to bring that up, man?
Sorry,
you
dude.
really had to bring. Timmy was right. I haven't left. This is the first time I've been out of the house in probably about 6 fucking months.
Like theory wise, I don't really have anything, but I do wish that they could have just asked the that fortune teller like to talk to Ethel's ghost because she's already doing a fucking great job.
yeah,
Might
you
as well be like, hey, this fortune teller is clearly fucking real. Like she clearly knows her fucking shit. So get her to fucking like talk to the ghost like like some Sixth Sense type stuff and just be like, hey, who did it?
As far as I'm concerned, she is the worst person in this case.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Because, I mean, yeah, there's murderers and things like that going on, but she could have prevented this.
Yeah, easily.
And she didn't.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Yeah.
Just for some fucking money.
And I even heard that because, like, the saying, with great power comes great responsibility, was actually directed at her.
Right.
And she let them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev, I got a question. The girl that was strangled, when they found her, was she on her back with her neck strangled, or was she on her stomach with her head like tilted back, broken?
I'm not actually quite sure.
Well, I've been delving deeper into Wikipedia lately.
Wikipedia.
God, it's this conspiracy with Rico Harris is bad enough, but there's apparently a fucking alias and like alliance he's been having. That's why I was asking about the way her neck was broken. I also heard that Crispin Wall's been breaking necks too.
Shit.
It's the fucking crippler.
Yeah, it's just a real sad story overall. I mean, Ethel makes the journey across the mighty Atlantic, like across the pond, to come live here in America for freedom. And she crosses over on the Nina, the Pinta, and the San Diego. And she like hopped from boat to boat as she came.
Yeah, absolutely. She came really far.
She made it here to start a new life, and she came to Mansfield, Ohio, what they used to call the Pearl of America.
Yeah.
Did they really call us that?
No.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
No, but it would. But that was the dream, Andrew.
It
that was the dream.
Alrighty, before we jump into our closing stuff, we are going to give a shout out to our Patreon donors that have all donated $5 that are part of the $5 tier.
Ooh, awesome.
So here we go. Shout out. Thank you very much to Jess Huey,
Jess Huey.
who when I mentioned her as an honorary brother, I referred to her as Jess Kahui.
Oh.
So that wasn't right, so I
Nice.
apologize.
That's still kind of cool, though.
Jess Huey Lewis on the news.
That is correct.
Good call.
Our next $5 patron, Felipe Juarez.
Felipe Juarez.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Our next $5 pledge, Carly Headland.
Headland.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, if we said that one right.
Also, our Patreon started on September 11th. Coincidence?
Oh,
Conspiracy?
Hey, where was Andrew?
Andrew, thanks for bringing that up.
I'm sorry. We have to bring up 9/11 once a day in the podcast.
It's actually in our contract.
It is. That's the only reason we're getting this $5.
Yeah, my dad wrote it up and made me sign it, or else he said he'd beat my ass. So,
He wrote it in WordPad.
next we have Chloe Baldock.
Chloe Baldock.
Thank you, Chloe.
Yahoo!
Killing it.
Danielle Ingram Trevis.
Danielle Ingram Trevis.
Yes,
That one took me a second.
I'm not positive. I think she's from New Zealand, but
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
We don't have any easy names. Like, is there like a Rick Smith or something in
We
here?
got one coming up.
Okay, here we go.
$5 pledge by Christian.
Christian.
Hey, Christian.
Oh, is that all we got?
Is that how the-
Christian,
yeah,
at
that's the-
last you're on your own. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice,
shit, dude.
nice.
Fuck yeah. Those are our $5 pledges.
Oh,
Wait,
you guys are
how many were
awesome.
those?
I don't know. It's 5 or 6.
Yeah, there was 5.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure because it took me like fucking 3 weeks to think of all those names of different
Yeah.
people and
At least
places.
you thought of
but
Christian, though.
yeah, Christian was. That was probably the third
he
one I did.
prettier to a bunch of people.
It just took me a minute. I'm sorry, guys.
So, special thanks to everyone that has donated to our $5 tier and just anyone in general that's donated to our Patreon. That's super awesome. It means a lot to us, and it really helps us out. So thank you so much. We're just getting that much closer to those Wild West pictures. And then if we make our goal, which our first goal is $500 a month, which I doubt we'll ever get that. But if we do, we will watch and review Joe Dirt too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
didn't sign up for this
Let's
shit.
say,
Neither did I.
You know what? I don't even want the fucking money. Okay?
I didn't either.
Keep that shit. We're not doing
And
it.
I'll fucking buy it on Blu-ray.
Oh, God damn it.
Holy. You're going to waste that much money on that? I thought we could do it, just eat moon pies.
But no, actually, when you try to buy it, though, like when you go to do it, they actually just pay you.
What about our one listener who's got it in that aisle at Walmart, but everyone keeps fucking dying when they go near it?
Well, yeah, that's why they pay you.
I'll
like,
do it.
like as soon as you like, they ask like one, say like a fail safe, and they're like, "Are you fucking sure?" And then like again, they're like, "No, goddamn, are you fucking sure?" And then when you say yes, like you get like $1,000 in your account, and then you know, usually that's for the funeral.
And AIDS. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what the funeral money's for.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have a built-up immunity since I've already watched it using my Crackle account.
Yeah,
So it
How
took like
dare you.
3 or 4 days, but
yeah.
Spence, you want to hit us to that closing shit, brother?
All right, thank you all, Brother Shots, for listening to another episode of the Brothers Commonplace podcast, the greatest podcast this side of the Mississippi River.
It's fucking so true.
If you'd like to follow us, you can check us out on social media. We have a Facebook and a Twitter, as well as an Instagram and a Snapchat. Is that true?
Yeah,
Is
we
that
have
all
a Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
Can they find all that on the Murderly website?
Negative. If you want to find our social medias, if you go to our Twitter, I have my Snapchat on there if
There
you
we
want to
go.
go through that.
So go to the Brothers Commonplace Twitter page, and there you can find all the links. And if you'd like to contact us old school, you can send us an email,
Or
brotherscommonplace@gmail.com.
Actually, you know what? You might as well give this out. If you want to send us anything, we have some fans that like to send us stuff, and I like to send letters too back. So you can send us stuff at P.O. Box 31, Nova, Ohio 44859. So if you want to mail us anything, go ahead and send it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I like that.
Very good. And if you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or any other podcast app you like to use and send us a screenshot in case we don't happen to notice it, you may just become the next honorary brother. Also, check out our Patreon page. If you'd like to support the podcast financially, you can support us on Patreon. And then you will get shouted out
And
a
kissed
lot.
in the mouth.
And you'll get bonus content.
That is right. So special thanks to everyone that has left us a 5-star iTunes review. That really helps us out and means a lot to us. Keep them coming. And special thanks to everyone that has contributed to our Patreon. If you haven't done it yet, you don't have to, but it would really mean a lot to us as well. And if you want to be an honorary brother, just leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, and that's how we pull those and read those on there. And then the Patreon shout-outs are for the people that donate $5. 1 in 5, you get everything for $1. The $5 is just for the shout-out, and because I wanted to make it so everyone could get everything super cheap. But the $5 is just for anyone who feels like they want to help us out just a little bit more. And that's super cool, you guys. So thank you.
Is that $5 a month or $5 per episode?
It's a month, yeah. So it's
a monthly. Cool.
And so you're not going to get charged until the 1st of October. And then that'll send me notification, and then I'm going to mail your stickers out. So we got 2 stickers that you guys will be getting. It is the logo and then also a hashtag Wildman sticker.
That's
so
awesome.
hell yeah.
I love that. Also, just any ideas you guys have, especially the people like paying for the Patreon and stuff. I mean, we want to hear everybody's ideas, but I mean, the people that are paying for it, give us ideas of stuff that you want. Like if you're paying for it, we want to know what you want to hear and all that. I mean, we have plenty of Toof stories. There's a ton. Like it's ridiculous how many we could tell that we really can't say. We can get Andrew and Toof to just literally do an episode of them talking about their words of wisdom for literally a half hour. I feel like I would want to fucking hear that shit. So, give us ideas, whatever you guys want to hear.
Words of wisdom, Andrew. Hit us with it, brother.
I recently declared bankruptcy, so I have not been able to get on those naughty sites. I have nothing. I am literally living out of a fucking Taco Bell bag right now. I just sell everything. But eating out of these bags gave me a really good idea since I have no access to the porno anymore. I've been thinking, those machines back in the day that would read the music, kind of like Braille. They would play the song, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Well, it's taken me a long time to figure out how to do this. But I walked into Taco Bell and he's like, trying to promote the Brothers Commonplace. Yeah. And I was like, well, I got a good idea. When you guys open your wrappers for your tacos at Taco Bell, there's always that crinkly noise. And you're just, who the fuck cares about that noise? Well, but now, boys, my good boys, every time you open up a Crunch Wrap or a soft fucking taco with no lettuce and extra tomato and sour cream, you're going to hear a little tidbit, about 45 seconds of just mainly Rico Harris episode. I know it's not naughty and dirty, but hey, we might get a couple more Patreon supporters because of that.
Fuck yes, man.
I love that it's mostly the Rico Harris episode.
Dude.
So you're going to hear like most of that and then just a random bit from a different episode.
It's about 43 seconds of Rico Harris and about 2 seconds of Slenderman.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love that.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
I love that. That's the only reason we have a couple fucking Patreons at this point.
Alrighty. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
And laugh in the dark stuff. # Wildman.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag Wild Woman and Pretzel Dog.
Hashtag thank you, Mark.
Hashtag OHIO.
Yeah.
All right, last one before we wrap this up. Hashtag pajamas are the enemy.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's time to break the cycle of waste and mess. Time to stop accepting that the way things have been done are the way they should be done. Control-Alt-Delete everything you thought you knew about how to period. We're flipping the script, we're throwing out the book, we're challenging the period status quo. The Diva Cup is eco-friendly, reusable, and offers up to 12 hours leak-free protection. So what are you waiting for? Join the inner revolution with the Diva Cup. The Diva Cup is used for menstrual flow only. Always read and follow the user guide.